I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office's Operations Center was completely vacated after it was dubbed a sick building. John Arking reports.
Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley and his executive staff were the final tenants to leave the building on Friday. The move was prompted after 27 Sheriff's Office employees filed workers' compensation claims due to symptoms potentially related to the building. Sheriff Staley requested more extensive testing by the county and a complete move out of the building until it can be deemed safe.
Most of the things that the community comes into the Sheriff's Operations for will be found at the courthouse. Evidence, CSI, training will be going to the jail administration building. And so the only thing that would affect people needing to go to the jail administration would be found property or evidence that's no longer needed, like a recovered stolen gun going back to the rightful owner, those kind of things.
All email addresses and phone numbers for all agency personnel will remain the same. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
This portion of WNZF Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Fly to the Big Apple in a New York minute on JetBlue from the Daytona Beach International Airport.
For the second month in a row, Flagler County has kept its unemployment rate under 4%. It's consecutively been at 3.8% for the first time since the recession. The unemployment rate also matches the rest of the states. Flagler's workforce continues to grow, with the labor force hitting a new high of 47,200. Florida added 19,000 private sector jobs in May. City managers are nothing close to a dime a dozen, and the city of Bunnell continues its efforts to fill its open position. Peter Killeen has more.
Mayor Katharine Robinson, appearing on WNZF's Free for All Friday, says one of their candidates has bowed out, leaving 5 in the mix, and the interviews will continue this week. With the city opting not to renew the contract of now former city manager Dan Davis, she wants to make sure the process is thorough.
My feeling, if nobody really bubbles to the surface and is a strong candidate, we go again. So I'm not committed to hiring one of these 5 if one of these 5 is not what I feel is in my best interest for the city.
Robinson says many candidates look good on paper. What's important is that whomever is hired understands their role in city government.
They've got to work with 5 bosses, and that becomes strength to some and a weakness to others.
From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Peter Killeen.
Flagler County students are outperforming their peers on the state test. The school district says grades 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8 are scoring higher than the statewide average in math. For English, grades 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10 are surpassing the statewide average. Scores in algebra, geometry, and U.S. history were also higher. Superintendent Jim Tager touted 5th grade science scores at Belterre Elementary, which saw a 15% jump. Students at Indian Trails Middle saw a 12% bump in 8th grade science scores, and geometry scores at Flagler Palm Coast High School are up 16%. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.